My name's Andy, and for the next 6 weeks I'm going to be backpacking around Southeast Asia. I'll be starting my journey in Bangkok, while I'll have a week alone to explore the city. It's just awesome. Then I'll be joining a G-Adventures tour and we'll explore the rest of Thailand, Malaysia and Singapore, covering a distance of around 3,000 kilometres. So if you want to know what it's like to go backpacking in Southeast Asia, don't go anywhere. There's going to be temples, there's going to be beaches, there's going to be jungles and epic cities. Almost 5 weeks ago, I started my Southeast Asia journey in Bangkok. From there, we caught the overnight train to Chiang Mai, where we visited an elephant sanctuary and spent a few days living with Thailand's northern hill tribes. Then we headed south. We visited Khao Sok National Park and went island hopping before crossing the border into Malaysia. This time we arrive in Singapore, where we'll have around a week to explore the city and its neighbouring islands. So here's my idea. I'm thinking I'm going to walk around the city and film everything by day and then come back and walk the same path and film everything by night, because at night this place is just a different story. This is Singapore, a city that lies in the heart of Southeast Asia. It is home to around 5.5 million people. In fact, it is the third most densely populated country in the world, and most of its population are foreigners.
So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time.
Singapore is made up of 63 separate islands and has one of the most successful economies on the planet.
Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me?
Our amazing adventure was coming to an end. The group and I still had some time together to explore the city. Our first stop was the Singapore Art and Science Museum, where we took a short tour around the Future World exhibition, which was an amazing combination of digital art and science.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall, so why didn't you call? So many years has gone by.
We then went to check out Gardens by the Bay. We were going to come back this evening to spend our last night together, but we couldn't wait to see the super trees. The famous super trees here stand around 50 metres tall. There are 18 of them in total, and they were designed to mimic the functions of a real tree. Each tree is a vertical garden supporting a range of different plant species. So this is the Parliament District, definitely the cleanest part of Singapore. And as far as Singapore history is concerned, I'm really a bit rusty on it, but I get the basic gist. So Singapore has been independent for about 50 years now. It used to be part of Malaysia, and then two guys in Parliament pretty much had a little fight. They went their separate ways, and one guy said he could do better than the other, and he basically created a country. On this historic site, Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles first landed in Singapore on 28th of January 1819. and with genius and perception changed the destiny of Singapore from an obscure fishing village to a great seaport and modern metropolis. So that hotel or tower block there, the one with the triangular roof, is actually the Raffles Place, which is where the very first Singapore Sling cocktail came from. And if you want to get one of those in there, you better take out a mortgage. Beautiful by day and spectacular by night. Sadly, that evening I said goodbye to my new friends, who I'd spent the last 4 weeks travelling around Southeast Asia with. But I still had a few more days to explore this city alone before flying home. Alright, first night alone in Singapore. It's not going to change anything, I'm still going to get pissed, so I'm going to go and find a bar and have a beer. Right, there's the pub. Let's go. Good morning guys, currently 7:30 AM Singapore time. I've got up early this morning to check out the sunrise, so I've come for a little walk in the park. So I think today the plan is go and get breakfast, go and get some coffee, which I really need right now. And I'm going to try and head to the island. The island is called Pulau Ubin. It's about 20 minutes offshore of the mainland, and it's one of Singapore's many islands that surround it. So I'm going to go and check that out. I hear it's like a nature reserve and there's not many people there, and you can rent a mountain bike and just ride around all day, so it's going to be fun. Alright, it's my third day in Singapore, and today I wanted to get out of the city, so I've come to a place north of the city called Changi Village, and here I'm going to be getting on a boat and going checking out Pulau Ubin Island, which is that one, if you can see it behind me. I'm going to have to take one of these boats here, But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So I've arrived on Pulau Ubin Island, and there's barely anybody here. I got here and the first thing I did was rent a mountain bike so I can explore the island quickly because I've not got much time. Everybody's got to be off the island at 6 o'clock and it's now 3, and there's still local people who live on the island, and daily they just ferry, food back and forwards from the mainland. Definitely a good place to come for a quiet afternoon. It is a bit of a mission to get here from the city centre. It took me about 2.5 hours on public transport. You have to get the MRT and then a bus and then a ferry, but I mean, look at it, why wouldn't you? I am sweating like a pig. It's not as bad as the jungle trekking I did earlier in the trip, but geez, it's pretty warm. I forgot where I've left my mountain bike, but I have an idea where it might be. So I'm going to go and find that, ride back to the harbour and get back to the mainland because I am starving. I'm staying in the Coral Hostel, which is in the Little India district. It's not too far away from Midtown, but it's alright really. I mean, it's good price wise, it's quite cheap, and it's somewhere to get a roof over your head at night. If you're like me and you're not really bothered about stopping in swanky places, then I'd go for it. So I've just arrived in Chinatown and I've got here and it is absolutely bucking it down. I'm not usually one to whinge about the rain, but I've got to get a flight later, so I really don't want to get wet. Well guys, that's it. Another adventure comes to an end. But what an adventure it's been. The people we've met, the places we've seen, and the extraordinary friends that I've made. But like they say, every good journey must come to an end. And until next time, peace.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon and the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car.